Alright, getting ready to leave here pretty soon, but I did start setting up the front wall here, and as it sits, that's the opening for the door, and this 2x4 needs to be replaced, and I figured I would go back to like in the middle of that plate right there and go forward. So I think it's rotten at the bottom of this one too. Actually, I know it is. They're all rotten at the bottom. So starting with this one, and then this is the door one. So we have, the partial of this going in, the next stud, and then the door stud, door header. Other side, I think the door is 30, well, it's like 34 inches on the header, so the door itself will be 32 wide. Not sure how tall it is at this moment. And we'll go to 16 on center spaces, and we'll go for the main window in the living room here. And that's a ugly looking 2x6 header, but it's in good shape, so we'll use it. And that's the one that's going to face the outside anyway, and it's the same dimensions as the one in the bump out. And so we just have it set up, and then we'll keep going and make a kitchen window section, and I'll replace, let's see, I think this one's okay, so we'll maybe stop there. And then I'm gonna have a totally different exhaust fan setup, so this one was kind of broken up, so we'll replace that with a new one. So maybe I will continue the wall. Yeah, I think the pipe's in the way, so yeah, we'll stop it. The new one here, and have the top plate splice in over there somewhere. So, good stuff. And look at this, we even got half wall up on this side, which I didn't record either, but it's just sitting there, and it's pretty wonky at the moment. If you can look here, not straight up and down, because over there the house itself is pretty bowed inwards. So anyway, I did put two of those little 1x2 runners. The bottom one is supposed to be for electrical, and then obviously this is the door section, but I just put them on there so that I could keep this wall square, because the 1x4 bottom plate is, I had to set it on there, so I scooted it over there and just took a 2x4 across there to get it to hold in place for now. And I just put another 2x4 here just to hold it in place, and it seems pretty solid when I shake it, so that's nice. And I just screwed on a few of the 2x4s in the bottom so it doesn't slip off the 1x4 there. Might have to do something here, because I don't think I can have them ending in that section, but figure it out anyway. So I'll probably start setting up this section of the wall if I have a 2x4 long enough that it's straight. And we'll bang it together next time I'm here. I'm trying to figure out the current or the stock opening for the window here. I think it was 24 by 30. I might go one wider. You can't really go taller because of the kitchen sink and counter and whatnot, but I'll see if I can go one 16 on center section wider. So we'll see if I decided to switch that up, but there it is for now. We'll work on putting this wall together. Just got to do some measurements, and I had so 16 on center here, and then the what do you call these, jack stud, I believe. So all the header weight sits on there. Would be the 16 on center for the window, because the windows in the mobile homes go on 16 on centers, and so this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. But since the framing of the house itself 16 on center here, it doesn't, so I guess the 16 on center would end technically in here somewhere, and then so this kind of throws it off as far as going from 16 on center here. So I had to measure from here, and then we're going halfway in between with the top plate, so then I'll connect the new top plate for the rest of the wall right there. And so just got to figure out dimensions, so I'll sit down and write that out, and we'll lay out a wall here. All right, here we are. So you saw me lift up the wall, so that's what we got done today. And then I ended up putting a little bracket in there to get the two walls tied together. I didn't do it on this end because obviously going to be working on this wall, and then that top plate is super rotten as it goes on. But it's nice to get this up. It's not level, you know, vertical I should say, but you know, it's just up there for now. And when I originally did this one, I don't know how I miscalculated. Well, actually I do, because I'm just an amateur, but I just went off of where the last door stud frame was right there, and then when I measured on center between here and this existing wall, it was way off. So luckily I just, you know, had a few screws in the bottom plate, so I just unscrewed those, pushed it over, and you can see I went over about, you know, a 2x4's width, 1.5 inches or so. And so now it's 16 on center here. And so I think this is how the house was originally. I think it was 16 on center all the way up until I got to this side of the window where these ones were closer. But this time around I went 16 on centers all the way until the middle, and so these two are a little bit closer. The 16 on center without this window would have been about right here, so it's pretty close, just a few inches off. But I think it'll be better to have, you know, closer studs together in the middle of this long span without a shear wall. So anyway, so that's pretty much what we did today. And I didn't film when I had to remove the ceiling metal, pushed it over there, but you know, we got that all taken care of.